What's cooking, everybody? It's your boy Breece, and you're now tuned into the hottest upcoming platform for all the entrepreneurs, business professionals, investors, entertainers, and just about everybody in the world. So, and that's the thing I say in the world because today our special guests, they're not from New York. Usually I tell you it's New York. They're actually from Indiana, and they're actually some good friends of mine that I know for a good amount of time. So I'm gonna let them go ahead and introduce themselves.
How are you doing? My name is Alejandro Soto,
And my name is Maria Isherwood.
and we are the Amadeus Group. We focus on logistics, a little bit of everything. Go ahead, Fab. What you got? What questions you got?
No. You tell us what does everything mean? Everybody wants to know.
A little bit of everything. So we started off with logistics. From logistics, it led to a world where we were able to network with a lot of other people, which led us to airplanes, cargo ships, Coach Dewey, UFC.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday.
Led us to go into Colombia. Where do you want us to start?
I mean, let's start with the backstory. Everybody loves a good story, right? So the way we met was through University of Scranton. I actually just found out Maria went there too. I didn't even know her back then, but you know, those of y'all that know me know that's why I went to school. And I met Alejandro just through like hanging around with my friends. You know, shout out Gianni, Phils, Nico, all of them.
Ragubanchi, we can't forget him.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, that's really my brother right there.
That's my son's godfather, my first son.
Yeah, I remember you did tell me that too. And yeah, it's like from there, it's like we just always been locked in. And then it's like I went through my adventures, you know, most of y'all know with the Forex stuff, you know, I was in the MLMs, unfortunately. I was one of those victims, right? And Alejandro was like one of the first few people that actually believed in me and said, yo, you know, I want to do this with you. And, you know, from there, we did that. And then from there, we ventured off into the crypto space. And that's where, you know, things really started to pick up for us and whatnot.
Those were the days. Safe Moon.
We used to go crazy in the cryptos, man.
He used to show me his wallet. He's like, I'm at 200,000. I'm like, yo, sell some. He's like, it's gonna go to 2 million. I'm like, yo, we gotta secure some profit here.
Yeah.
For the IRS, we're not making any income claims. Just say it.
that crypto journey was a fun journey when Safe Moon with the memes coins were going crazy. It all started with a $40 investment that went up to $1,000. And then I decided to divide that $100 into 10 different coins, which led to $4,000. Then that $4,000 went all into Safe Moon, which in 3-month period led to 2.8 million.
Yeah.
Jeez. I remember back in the day too, you used to be like, yo, don't tell anybody I have this, but
That was me. He was like, I'm gonna send a screenshot of my wallet. I'm like, don't send that to nobody.
nah,
My family's like,
Fab, I trust you with my life. Do not tell anybody how much I have. I was just like, bro, who am I telling? Like, but yeah, nah, it's amazing, you know. Like I said, like I told you off air, we got the millionaires in the building, literally.
Yes, sir.
Like,
all thanks to God.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like I was saying earlier, how do one get to a point like that? It's all about knowing. I got a question for you. Do you believe that there's 4 mics here, or do you know there's 3 mics?
I believe there's 4 mics here because Ross definitely has a 4th mic. Nah, I'm joking. But what do you mean by that?
So like, for example, like I know that there's 3 mics here. I know that there's 3 people right here. That same knowing, you have to have it with your vision. So there's people that tend to believe in their dream. If you really get down to the bottom of believing, that is doubt. So why doubt? I don't doubt that there's 3 people here. I don't believe. I know. When you have a knowing inside of you, it doesn't matter if you're under a bridge. Your vision is successful. Believe in the plan, because the plan always change, but your vision don't. Make sense?
Yeah, that's a bar right there.
Like through the ups and the downs, you know the final destination. And so like even when you're at your worst, you know where you're gonna end up.
Correct. Like no matter what. Like for example, we just came back from Colombia. You see what I'm saying? I believed that it was gonna be a 3-year project, but I knew what I was going after: customer service and other little side businesses. We did that in 6 months. The plan always changed, but the vision stayed true.
Yep. With our 4 kids and everything.
Yeah, we went with 4 kids and everything.
And We're about to have a fifth one.
Baby number 5
Yes,
in
sir.
February.
They about to have a soccer team when it's all said and done.
We going after 12, so
12 is
we want the whole football team.
God willing.
That's a basketball team right there. A football team, that's like
And that's
50.
another thing. Like when we started having kids, everybody told us like, oh, you guys can't, like, you're not going to be successful if you have that many kids. Like even our family would tell us like, slow down. But like the more kids we have, the more blessings that came into our life. And
Literally.
so even if you have kids like young and a lot of kids, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Because
that,
anything is still achievable.
correct. And so we work from home, going back to logistics.
And not even to cut you off, but too, it's like I feel like this generation, people say it all the time. It's like, oh, I'm not ready for a kid. And it's like
You're never going to
when
be ready.
people, but not even that. It's like when people end up finding out, oh, like I'm pregnant and stuff like that. It's like they think it's the end of the world because they think a kid is kind of like a liability because of all the time, money, and energy that goes into it. But like I said, it brings a lot of blessings too in the same way.
Yeah, and sometimes the
100%.
motivation and the what's it called? Like focus that you really need to get where you want to go. Because it's like, I have to provide for this child. Like I want to give them the life that I didn't have, and so it leads you to get where you need to go faster than if you didn't have the kid. In some cases.
Correct.
Yeah.
And like I was telling my wife actually on the way down here, I was like, having a child stops you from being a child.
Yeah.
Now you have to be an adult for that child. So you got to grow up. Like my family used to tell me, you won't be able to travel. You won't be able to go here. You're not going to have fun. What is fun? Fun for me is being with my family. Fun for me is being here with you. I am here, and we have a traveling nanny. How did I get to have a traveling nanny? You see what I'm saying here?
By making money off of Safe more.
Correct. And then
But not even that, but all the everything. 'Cause
all the ups and downs at the end of the day. So like the same way we made that 2.8 million, I'm not gonna lie, it disappeared too, bro. You see what I mean? I invested 1.8 into a real estate, Berkshire Hathaway in Florida. But the rest, just like that. We had 1 month, our accountant called us and was like, you spent $50,000 in the in the month of March.
On food.
But guess what type of food?
bad food.
We would literally go from McDonald's to Taco Bell to Burger King, like all in the same time.
Yo, for breakfast was like 150. Easily.
Yeah.
That's crazy because my boss is telling
No,
me he
it
spends
was
like
too much.
50 for
We've
lunch.
calmed down though with the
Like,
food
He's buying
spending.
expensive food, but I'm just like, damn, 150 in
I
the morning?
gained I was at 400 pounds. So it
When I was
was,
pregnant with Leonis,
yeah.
our
it's-
last baby.
Buffalo pizza.
Yeah, buffalo pizza every
chicken
day.
parm.
Chicken parm.
That was going crazy.
So, but like we would do that. You know what I'm saying? So like it just,
Now you
From-
cut down crazy too.
yeah, from now, like the experience,
Lesson learned.
lesson learned. So
Yeah.
now we cook from home.
Yeah.
We've grown up. I'm not the same 22-year-old I was. Make sense?
And it's also sacrifice. Like we kept all of our businesses running. Like even when I was in the hospital giving birth, I was like, all right, everything's good. Hand me
that
my
was-
laptop.
tell-
and I
That was
still
that
kept
was the most
working.
funniest part too, because I remember even when we first started trading and everything, you were like, "Yeah, I gotta do this," but Maria's gonna be trading with you like it would be like a random like New York session at London session. Be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go sleep, but Maria's gonna be up for London session." I'm like, "All right." So I'll be like, "So Maria, what's going on?" "Oh, I'm still handling the trucking business." I'm like, "This late?"
Yeah.
Like
always.
while we're trading too, like, it's just like wow, like just the multitasking I used to do, especially you being pregnant at the time, like multitasking. I'm just
You
like,
have to
nah.
do it. And we work
I
from
take
home.
my hat
so
off,
we have
to
all the
that.
babies running around screaming. I'll be talking to
then the
brokers on the
dog too,
phone. I
right?
got to mute. Yeah, Luna.
Luna. Can't forget
Yeah.
Luna. And this is one of the hardest working women I ever met in my life. You see? She took care of all the kids, ran the company, and then at the hospital, this is she could tell you it, but at the hospital when she was giving birth, I was at the bathroom and the nurse knocked.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And it's like, the baby's coming. So as I was holding her leg, I was also on the phone giving address to a truck driver who was lost.
This was with Maximus.
As soon as she gave birth, she asked the nurse, "Everything is okay down there?" Yes. Pass me the computer. Started
Yo.
right away dispatching as she's getting sewn.
Like when you're a business owner, there's no
Wow.
backup plan. Like there's no sick days. Even we had COVID, like 3
Nah,
times?
this story
Even though we
might
never
go
left our
viral.
house. And we still were going. All the babies, everybody. In Colombia, we ended up having like 103-degree fevers. We kept going.
All my cars, I came with 6 cars, all lost. I lost all of them.
Rentals, right?
The crypto card was the first one.
No,
I'm saying like the oh, you said cards?
Yeah,
I thought you meant like cards.
Nah, like my cards, like the debit card, crypto card, even my crypto card, bro. That's another crazy one.
What about the ledger? You lost the ledger?
The
ledger's
I don't know. I don't know where it's at.
Storage somewhere.
Oh, nah, I gotta find that.
I don't know where it's at, but like that's what I'm saying.
It's somewhere though. When we find it, it'll be nice little.
Yeah, like peekaboo.
By the time y'all find it,
change.
it's gonna be a random coin that's up like 2 million or something.
They're gonna be like, yo, we gotta find it.
And that let people know as well, like your experience as a mother, and being an entrepreneur at such an early age.
Damn, you the host of me? No, I was joking.
You know we in family.
No, that was a good question though. So Maria, go ahead on that.
I mean, yeah, definitely. It's definitely attainable. I know a lot of women, like especially for me, it was hard because like finding the balance between being a mom and then working as well. Like there's something called mom guilt, where like you feel like if you're focusing on your business, you should be like spending time with your kids. Because we also homeschool our kids as well.
Oh, really?
Because it's very important, like up to the age of 7, that's when your children are like programmed for how they're gonna be for life. And so we're big believers that it should be the mother and the father.
Are you a believer or you a Noah?
Oh yeah.
I like that.
I get messed up on that sometimes. But yeah, we're big knowers in that you should instill the values in your children young. And so, yeah, finding that balance between being a mom and being an entrepreneur is difficult, but it's definitely attainable. Because, like you have to make the sacrifice now because in the future your children are going to be set. So even though I might miss some events, like we missed Maximus's first steps because we were out learning logistics.
Did the nanny record it?
Your mom recorded it.
My mom.
And it was actually with his grandfather. He saw the first steps. So that was something that was, you know what I mean? Beautiful for them. But
and we made it on. We drove back the same day of his first birthday.
Yeah.
Like we almost missed his first year birthday on our first son. But that's how dedicated we are to leaving a generation wealth to the family. And it's not only my son. No, I won't be alive for the people who are going to be enjoying this money. Make sense?
Yeah, it's about
That's
the
the goal.
legacy.
I don't need no more factory workers in my family. I'd rather them be entrepreneurs, real estate, moguls, or moguls.
Moguls.
I'm Dominican, so
that was he did that yesterday too.
Yeah, I'm Spanglish.
I correct him. He's like,
but that's the goal here. Just leaving a generation wealth that obviously hardworking. Like I told my wife, even though we're gonna leave generation wealth, I'm gonna make my kid work at McDonald's. That was my first job.
Yep.
I learned a lot from that. I learned not to want to go back. If you give people handouts, they don't appreciate what they got in front of them. They just see it as trash because you gave it to them for free.
Yeah.
So you got to make them work for a little bit just so they could have that inner standing from within that not everything in life is easy. No spoiledness around here.
Yeah, like friends and family, like we won't hand them cash, but it's like they come to us with an idea for a business. We'll help you start that business. We'll help you open the LLC. We'll fund it. Things like that. And that really teaches people to appreciate
and
the value of the dollar.
Talking about LLCs as well. Yeah. My recommendation to any entrepreneur that is out there is get your LLC, get your EIN, especially if you know that you're like 6 months out, 5 months out, a year out. Get that LLC, get that EIN. And then especially if you are a minority, which is men, like Spanish, African, Afghanistan, Chinese, get yourself minority certified if you're a woman, if you are a veteran, Native American. There's a lot of
different. Even if
different...
you're a Caucasian male, you can still make your wife or a trusted woman in your life 51% owner, and then you can make it woman certified. So that's like a loophole around it, but it's legal.
I recommend you guys doing that. Why? Because the government gives you guys a lot of grants and a lot of benefits.
Government contracts.
especially in the trucking world, not only in the trucking world, but we're logistics. So where we seen the big difference was it went from $2 a mile that the driver was rolling, now $5 to $7 a mile.
And it's dedicated work, so they know where they're going every day. It's not like you have to be on a load board calling for a load every single day and might cancel it. If it's government work, you know it's always going to be there. And it's not just in trucking. You could own a catering business, and you could cater a dinner for the government. You could own a soap-making business. All your soaps are in the government offices.
Correct.
So.
Or even clothing, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that the cops or anybody that be having events, they need their logos on it and stuff like that. They'll contract you for that.
Speaking of which, quick shout out to Wani's State of Mind for the hoodie. Had to show off for my boy one time.
There you go. That's a fire hoodie, though. I like the color.
The back has the design. Yeah, the back has the design, but yeah, tap it with them. But yeah, didn't mean to cut you off like that.
No, you great, brother. But it's just, there's a lot of benefits with getting certified. And then and that's up to 5 million. So if your company is making more than 5 million, there's other routes we could take once you get to that point.
It could be a brand new LLC that you just started. It doesn't matter if you have.
And just deposit $500. Like everybody
get a
gets
business
paid
bank account
at the end of the day. So just instead of having your personal account receiving that money, have your business receive it. Right. Now the business as an S corporation will pay you.
Yeah, I remember you told me that.
And if it's an S corp, you can have your children as
up
employees,
to 12,000,
and it can deduct up to 12,000.
Yeah,
it's 12. I thought it was like 18. I seen something like that. I've seen something like that on Instagram.
And this tax free, you know, like they don't gotta pay taxes, and that's a tax write off for you because you paid them. And all they have to do is be old enough to pick up that garbage and throw it in a garbage can.
Yep.
Which many do it at the age of 1.
So now all these kids in the house, who's gonna be fighting over whose job it is to do what? Or are you just gonna assign roles to everybody in terms of chores and stuff?
The Hunger Games.
Oh my God.
They're gonna fight over who's taking the trash out tonight.
They're very organized. My kids are very...
We treat them like adults.
Correct.
They're very young. They're all under 6.
Since they were born.
We've always spoke to them. Like, we never did the baby talk. We always speak to them like they're adults. And they're very, like, mature children. Like, you talk to them and you're like, are you 4 years old? Like, my daughter, Dahlia, she sounds already like a grown-up. But they still enjoy, like, kids things.
Stuff, yes.
You know what I mean? They're kids, but it's just, we're preparing them for the life that we're building.
Correct.
So that they can sustain it, give it to their children. It's not going to be lost with just this generation.
Correct. And another thing is no negativity in the house. What do I mean by that? If your kid is jumping on the couch, don't say you're going to fall and break your neck. Why would you manifest that into your child's life? Just, hey, be careful. Or not even, just pick him up, put him down without even saying nothing. If he wants to keep doing that, your son is a gymnastic, or your daughter, put him in gymnastic. Look at what they're doing. Let them teach you. You don't teach them.
I'm like 50-50 on that, but...
So this is why I say it. I was 28 years old when I found out how to spin without getting dizzy.
Guaco.
My 2-year-old. My 2-year-old will spin for 5-10 minutes, bro. And I'm like, how is he not dizzy? So one day I stood up, I just started spinning. But 2-3 seconds in, I'm already like, yo.
Yeah.
So I sat down and started analyzing his eyes. His eyes look the opposite way from where he's spinning. Usually when you spin, you look towards where you're spinning. He looks the opposite way. So if he spins to the right, his eyes looking to the left. So then I started doing that. And I was able to spin forever. And I'm like, yo, a 2-year-old told me how to spin. Does this make sense? So it's just little tiny things like that, that even though like, oh, what is that going to help you in life? It's just, that's my child teaching me. I'm 28 years old and everybody got dizzy. What if we go outside and we decide to do an event where you got to put the bat in the forehead and spin around? Now we know how to do it without knowing how to fall. Got you? Imagine if we knew that trick.
About to go to a bunch of carnivals and just finesse all those people. Get me a bunch of teddy bears and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, you had
Go ahead.
something? I was gonna say, so let's backtrack to like where this all began, right? So by now, I'm sure everybody knows, vaguely, like, you know, the ventures that you tapped into and whatnot. So we backtrack, right? So I knew you, of course, Scranton. And I go like, you used to hold it down. I'll be like, yeah, I'll go to the Naples. I'll be like, yo, Alejandro's going on. You be like, yo, Fab, what you want today? I'll be like, let me get a burger. You'd be like, I got you with 3 patties right now. And it was crazy because it was at a time where I'm just like, yo, I'd be like, nah, that's OD. Like, you know, I'm going to the gym later. It's like,
Everybody used to have 30 pieces of bacon on their sandwich.
Yeah, I used to be like, yeah, this
My
guy's
one friend
wildin'.
Sandy, she's like, why did he put so much bacon? I'm like, he just does that.
Nah, because that was the year that I was really like in the gym like every day. And it's like I got this like so like strong and whatnot. But then it's like my cheat days, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna see Alejandro today. Yeah, that was my cheat
So
day.
hook it up.
So from there, I graduate. And I'm out of tune to everything that's going on in Scranton. It's like kind of like not even like I purposely did it, but it's like I kind of like lost touch with everybody. But I didn't lose touch with you. You know, I had you with social media, everything. So what happened from that point on? Because then, first time we ever spoke, you told me you're into trucking. So how did the trucking situation start?
The way trucking started was I went to Indiana with my cousins.
Mm-hmm.
And I was always told, don't go into business with family.
Well, how did the Indiana move happen too? So that all happened at the same time?
It's like we visited Indiana 3 times before we eventually moved there.
Okay.
But realistically...
Yeah, because for me, well, not to cut you off, but for me, it was like, I thought everybody was still in Scranton. So it's like, I feel like, you know, if I went to Scranton, like, this weekend, if I knew I was going to see you, I was going to see, you know, whoever was still there. You know, Zay, shout out Zay, Surprise, NYC.
100%.
You forgot the hat.
I forgot that hat.
He did. He was so sad. He's
even-
like, I want to go back. I'm like, go back. He's like, no, we're going to miss the plane. And I'm like...
I even took it out the packet. I've had that hat for 2 years, and it was still pristine in its packet with the sticker.
It was through all our moves.
Nah,
we moved like 7
I
times.
overworn mine. I have to clean mine one day, like the brim getting a little dirty and whatnot. But, you know, all those people from Scranton, I'm thinking everybody's there. Then you're like, oh, I'm in Indiana now.
Yes. So realistically, the way that happened was my uncle hit me up, and he's a truck driver.
Mm-hmm.
And one of his broker friends told them that while he's making $800 for that load, the broker's making $3,000. Mind you, my uncle's the one driving. 10 hours on the road just for the $800. So he told me
have the 3,000 instead.
So the load was paying, let's say, 3,800.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's like he wanted to be like, how come I'm not getting the 3,000?
Yeah, he got angry. So Alejandro, I don't care what it takes. I need you in this field. Say no more. So I started studying, obviously, scams and everything, you know, like take this course, doesn't teach you nothing.
They had a Lambo, didn't they?
Yes. And then I got enough knowledge where I started Facebook groups. That's another major thing.
That's what I needed to get into.
Every single trucking Facebook group there is, especially if they had 20,000 and above members. And I just posted my story. I was like, hey, I was 18 at the time, 19. I'm looking to get into trucking, blah, 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 blah. I've been scammed a lot of times. I was already 13,000 deep in scams. So I'm looking for a mentor who could really help me. I just don't have the funds right now. So straight up honesty as well. My mentor at that time, Shaggy, called me and he texted me and he was like, send me your number. So he called me and told me, if you can make it here by Saturday, I'll train you. It was Thursday. So I called my boys, yo, can I get $2,000? Blah, blah, blah. Long story short, went down there, learned, came back. It was successful, but I was working 2 jobs. I was doing in the morning, so 8 till 5 p.m., I was doing dispatching, and then 5 p.m. till midnight, I was at the school, chefing it up. From 5 to midnight, the other person that was supposed to be taking charge of that wasn't answering the phone. So our drivers got mad, because it's just simple. So after 5 o'clock, all you gotta do is, hey, my driver's there, my driver's not there, he might be lost, go on Google Earth, look up real quick the fastest way to the route. That was a simple job. But what they would do is just turn off the phone. So all of our drivers left us, and I told Maria, I'm done with it. So after Maria found out she was pregnant, I was also applying for the Air Force. I scored a 93 on my ASVAB.
Okay.
But when she told me she was pregnant, I said no. So we sat down and she's like, let's do it me and you. But this time successfully. So we hit up our mentor. He was mad though because of how everything went down.
He's like,
Why?
you call him. And I was like,
Wait, what was he upset about?
Long story short, God rest in peace, my aunt, but she got diagnosed with cancer. And I told them I had to come back here for 2 weeks just to say my piece with my aunt, you know? And he gave me an ultimatum. If I leave, the only way I'm allowed back is crawling on my knees, asking for forgiveness.
Wow.
Yes.
we only do that for God.
And so I told Maria, I was like, you call him. At the end of the day, Maria called them. We went back. Maria got 3 months of training. We actually went over there for 3 months. That's when the baby story comes in, where like we missed his first steps. We got on the day, because that like the day he told me that, I looked at him and I was like, I don't know about you, but I'm Spanish. Spanish people, blood is tight. Like we tight. So that's it. We came back, and then I didn't talk to him for like 6 years. But me and my wife from there ran 18 trucks. We made over $130,000 in 6 months. It was very lucrative.
18 trucks. So how? Just to backtrack a little bit, how did you fund the trucks? Like, was it just something you bought all at one time, or was it just you bought one truck, then took profit, bought another truck? Like,
So
18 trucks is a lot.
At that time, we didn't physically own any truck.
Oh, okay.
So what we were doing is, if you're an owner operator, which means you own your own truck and your own company, we will contact you. We have a very long lead list that we could contact drivers. We will contact you and ask you if you need help with dispatching, insurance, factoring, which factoring is the way they get paid.
Because I'm thinking you were the operator. That's what I thought.
We own a
We have a
trucking
trucking company
Yeah.
now.
Well,
but
no,
like
no,
in the beginning, we were like the middleman. So finding them the loads, getting them hooked up with the correct insurance, the correct factoring company so they could get paid. Because if you don't have a factoring company, the broker is going to make you wait 30 days to get a paycheck. So if you did a load 30 days ago, you're waiting for, and you don't have money for fuel. So that's why that is
It's a lot of
important.
expenses.
Yeah, it's about 1,500 to 1,800 a week on fuel that they spend.
Wait, how much? My bad.
1,500 to 1,800.
Okay.
Yeah, a week on fuel. That's if they're running
That's per truck, or that was for like
per truck.
Oh,
Per
wow.
truck.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
there's maintenance, tires, you got insurance payments,
Yes.
all your permits.
So like if you
They make a gross a lot, but it's also like a high expense.
like they might gross 200,000 at the end of the year, but once you do all the numbers, squiggly lines and everything, it's like 60K that they profited.
So how do you make it cost effective then?
Minority certification, government contract.
Getting government contracts. That takes you off the low boards. Like he was saying, with the low boards,
don't
it's
gotta-
like $2 to $3 a mile. With government contracts, it's $5 to $7.
Starting.
And then it's dedicated, so you know you're always gonna have that work.
And it could be anything. Like people think government and right away they go with like military and stuff like that. No, it could be the garbage. You can be hauling garbage.
Right.
You can be hauling U.S. mail.
Yeah, U.S. mail pays really well. Like literally as easy as the styrofoam cups or containers that they're gonna use for their lunches or their dinners
At the White House or whatever.
at the White House. Yeah.
What else you can haul? Clothes, equipment. If you have a flatbed construction company, so New York City can hire your flatbeds to move 3 tractors or 3 excavators.
Yep.
Make sense? They have to go out to you and us before they can go out to their own government self. Now, if nobody gets it, now they
Go just straight to you?
To the non certified business.
Oh, okay.
correct.
Yeah.
Or straight to with the government.
Yeah.
Okay. So then it's like from trucking, well, we got the crypto portion. That
was in the
of
mix.
course I know like the story behind that, but
Yeah, you see screenshots of
yeah,
everything.
if you wanna
Those were the days.
if you wanna tell them just a little bit about how you went from trucking into crypto. Well, even though you were still doing both, but
So I was studying crypto for 2 years before I got into it. I don't even remember the first coin.
I was
be
very
honest.
skeptical.
Yeah.
I was like, but we were making so much money from dispatching at that point that it's just like,
It was
he's like,
like, why
yo,
not?
I want to invest 1,000 in this. I'm like,
I-
go for it. Like,
And then I just started with 40. I was just like, let me just throw $40 into a coin. And it just kept growing. Boom,
Now,
boom, boom.
was this prior to like from what we were doing, or was that just like so that was that
This was
after?
like my own time. I was
Okay.
just looking at it and I really felt great about it. So I was like, let me just throw these $40 in there. Once that started, by the time me and you really started, like I started doing calls and stuff like that, or Joe's guys, you guys should look at this meme coin on the group chat. I was already at the $4,000 mark.
Yeah, so that was like what? That's like 100 times basically the reward.
Yes. Like, but literally my wallet had over 3,000 coins
Oh my
at one
goodness.
point
That
as
is
well.
true.
As
Yeah.
well. Like it got
It
to the
was
point where
wild.
like you had a transfer from V1 version 1 to version 2 and 70% probably didn't get
And
transferred
then-
over.
And then you were showing me all this stuff like on Pancake Swap and all of that. What was it called? There was like a percentage. We had the percentage
Slippage fee.
yeah, the slippage.
There was a slippage.
fees.
No, there was something else too. Not just a slippage fee. There was something else. I think it was called something like gas, something like that.
Gas
Oh,
fees.
gas fee.
Yeah.
Gas
Yeah.
fees,
Yeah.
Yeah. The gas fees are not that bad no more because obviously you got Solana out there, Cardano, Ethereum, that
XRP.
they facilitate.
You know,
that.
Crunch love XRP.
XRP,
that's all he talks
XRP.
about,
You can't forget
XRP.
about the Banks coin. That's the Banks coin right there. I actually sold all my XRPs in Uphold before it tanked, and now I'm not beating myself over it because you can't beat yourself over nothing. But I wish I
You risk
helped.
what you could afford to.
I wish I helped,
I mean,
bro. We had about like
You
3,000
live and you
of
learn
those.
with that.
Huh?
I say you live and you learn with that.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how do you feel about crypto right now?
To be honest, I haven't looked into it.
Me neither. I'm not
I've
gonna.
been about 6 months, 7 months off the game.
Man, I feel like I've been probably a year and some change out the game.
I'm just waiting for Bitcoin to drop down to the 18,000 mark
Oh yeah.
once again, and that's when you're gonna. I'll
buy a
gift you
couple
one.
of those.
For real, I'm
He said, "I'll
serious.
gift you one."
I'll gift you a whole Bitcoin.
Oh, what's cooking podcast? Bitcoin. That's what I'm gonna have. I'm putting a little Bitcoin thing on the
Yeah.
poster just so they know.
100%.
I'll be like, listen. I ain't telling y'all I'm up, but that they can see the little Bitcoin.
100%.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I just feel like, just because of the hype, I feel like that's probably what it was. Before we know, it's probably been surges that we probably missed out on. Just
A lot.
because a lot of hype
Yeah.
died down. Because, like, that's the thing. Usually stuff like that makes the news, but I feel like people don't even care. Like, I mean, of course, the crypto wallets themselves, they give you the notification. Hey, like, Coinbase definitely does. They always tell you, hey, this coin just went up 5%, compared to, like, what it's been doing on average or something like that. So,
My favorite one is crypto.com, just because you get the card, and the card pays you back in Crow coins. So when you receive all of those Crow coins, you can, in the future, just exchange it for cash. It's like free cash. That's the way I see it. It's 8%. Well, our card was at what?
Yeah,
10?
he used to get mad at me whenever I used anything other than, he's like, you should have used the crypto card to buy that. I used to get like,
because if you think about it, it's like,
But it doesn't
well,
make
one
sense.
is profit, but two, it's not your money at that point. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's kind of like when people speak about credit, like, oh, why use my money when I can use the bank's money?
And I
Kinda
had the ultimate hack. I had the ultimate crypto hack.
Because I remember even too when you were moving to the new house. I remember you said, man, I gotta spend like $2,000 in moving and shipping and all that. I was like, bro, why don't you just take $2,000 from your coin? He was like, no, because me spending that $2,000 could potentially be 20. I was
Oh my
I was
gosh,
like, all
yeah.
right. I was like, all right. I remember too, because I remember I was on speaker. I heard you in the background. You said, I told him the same thing. I was just like, man, this guy's crazy.
I'm just a visionary. A lot.
Yeah, he lives
respect
in
it,
the
though, I
future.
believe.
A lot of people don't even know what they're doing in 6 months.
That's true.
I already know what 60-year-old me is doing. I know in the vision. Once again, going back to how we started, I don't believe, I know. The plan just unfolds as we go. And I also want to give a big shout out, since we're talking about crypto, to Mr. Unemployable Jeffrey Rojas. His birthday was yesterday. What was he? yesterday, and
Well, at the time we're filming
yeah,
it,
yeah,
so
yeah.
that's
But,
what, September 30th?
But once again, thank you to Jeffrey Rojas for all his knowledge, because that was a big game breaker, and all the events and everything too was very profitable.
Yeah, because I took his. I was just there for like the signal stuff that I listened. I read it through the Telegram. You used to actually go to his events. You bought the course, like
Yes.
I know that's somebody you definitely have a lot of respect for.
Yes, yes, I honor that man just because. Number one, he 50% of the reason why we got this far was because of him.
Is that thunder?
We good?
That sound like thunder. So somebody dropped something. Yeah.
Dropping the lift gate, blah blah.
That's how true it is on What's Cooking podcast.
And then after crypto, we went to Indiana. We were already, because crypto started like while we were still in Pennsylvania a little bit, and we went to Indiana, and it's history after that. It's just, I love being, like I tell people, I am not the plug, I am the whole extension cord.
We're in New York, so you know what I have to say, right?
Pause.
No, but oh man, but no, but seriously though, like that's good. So then, where do we go from there? So now we're going to Ecuador, right? I mean Colombia.
Yes.
Colombia. So tell everybody, I guess, like what prompted you to go there and like how the experience was out there.
So we went to Colombia to open a call center. And that was going to be, the call center was for a bunch of different things, for dispatching, for social media. And we ended up opening a pool hall, a billiards hall. And we did bring all 4 of our children. They had security and everything. And it's a very beautiful country. It's just definitely...
GTA 5.
Yes.
In real life.
Literally. It's like cops and robbers. And then you have your super conservative business people like eating lunch, and then there'll be like literally a robbery going on next door. But after it's over, people act like nothing happened.
They're desensitized to it.
That's like New Yorkers when people fight on the train or something. It's like people get their video. All right, cool. Next stop, like
Back
go
to
to the
regular
next stop.
And
it was like a culture shock a little bit because we had gone like on a 2-week like trip over there, and we were on like vacation mode, kind of like it was business mode. But it was like, oh, look at the scenery, look at the mountains. But then when we really moved there with our kids, we got the full reality of what it is to really be there.
Yeah, because it's kind of like being on a resort versus being in the actual country, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
Now, I don't know where you were staying,
Medellin.
but it's kind of the same thing. Because like even too, like, me being Haitian, I know it's like people always saying like, oh, like we should take a trip to Haiti. Oh, how often do you go to Haiti? I'm like, I don't go to Haiti.
Yeah.
You think I want to go to Haiti right now? Hell no.
No.
But then it's like, I saw this TikTok. Yeah, you saw the resorts that the Clintons built up or whatever. But like, that's probably the only safe spot you could go to right now.
That's it. And it's not even safe anymore.
My pops done moved around a lot just for his safety, Like, that's how crazy it is out there.
And another reason why we went to Colombia as well was because we invested into a cannabis plantation.
Oh, yes.
So
I almost forgot about that.
They wanted us out there so we could shoot the commercial that was going to be worldwide, because we had investors from Europe, Thailand, Saudi Arabia, United States, Canada, all the places. And the plantation was exporting it for the government medically to United States, Mexico, England, Canada. So that's the main reason why we went out there, but we just fell in love, especially when you're walking down or driving down because you're in the Amazon. That's just straightforward.
Yeah, anaconda crossing signs instead of... We went to the zoo, and literally the animals are not even enclosed. Like the lions, like there's like a regular like white picket fence. It's the hippopot. They
realize
there's
could
peacocks
jump, right?
roaming with us.
Well,
and we had the kids.
Birds are different though. Birds are like, they let the birds roam around. Animals like that.
But I looked at Alejandro. I was like, we had the kids with us. I'm like, are we good, or like should we turn around? He's like, it's fine. Like there's literally everybody there with their families.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're just... but there's like a common respect between like the animals and the people over there. Like they know like you stay over here, lion could be like right here, but he's gonna mind his own business.
Or like the bear's den as you're
Yeah.
walking, like you're going down and like the fence supposed to stick with you. But no, the fence goes lower than what you are. So like it gets to a point that you're looking at the bear face to face. Like you can high five him.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not.
Like, it's nuts.
I'll stay in New York. I'll stay in the U.S.
And like I said,
No,
there's
it's
no
okay.
deer crossing. It's anaconda crossing. Like an anaconda could just decide 20 foot long that it's gonna cross the road and, you gotta let it go.
Oh, like okay, I see what you mean.
And
Like
the spiders over there are crazy. There's like a huge tarantula, and the cleaning lady that was there, she's like 75 years old. She looks at it, she's like, look, take this alcohol, spray it, and light it on fire. I was like, okay.
Bro, she literally flamethrowered the spider, but they're the
Alejandro's
size of my
freaking
head.
out, yeah.
Like
Huge.
yeah.
Like one day at 4 a.m, the kids were screaming at the top of their lungs. There was a huge tarantula on their wall in their bedroom.
Yeah.
Yep. There's really not pest control.
What I did notice is there's no like wild dogs. Like
Yeah.
in our country,
yeah,
Dominican Republic and Haiti.
Yeah, Haiti. There's a
yo,
lot of wild dogs, and people just
everywhere.
pick them up. Cats too.
Yeah.
People just pick them up like, oh, you're my pet today.
That's it. Yeah, like I expected to feed a lot of people out there, like dogs. You know what I mean? I fed a bunch of people in 3 days. It was $5,000, and I got.
Oh, yeah, you were
soft
telling
heart.
me you were like a plate of rice and everything was like a $1 over there.
yeah, a
even
whole
less,
dinner. They
like-
only make
like
50
50
cents an
cents.
hour.
So like, security ordered like filet mignon. I ordered the best play as well. My wife, my 4 kids, 2 taxi drivers, nanny. All of that less than $15.
Wow.
So I just decided to tip the woman like $30. Like
Yeah, she probably smiling ear to
they
ear.
only
That-
make $300 a month.
Yeah, so that $30 probably put her up, phone bill or something like.
Yeah.
Probably more than that. Probably like multiple bills, if anything.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So yeah, it was a very humbling experience,
Yeah.
to say the least. Like we said, we've seen a couple of murders as well. So that's something that if anybody decides to take a trip out there,
Yeah, you
like,
said they don't even
keep your
like
head
the
on a
police
swivel.
don't even like.
Yeah.
They just watch it.
Yeah. So long story
crazy.
short, there was a robbery, and the one that was driving the motorcycle crashed into a car and sent the passenger flying. And then the passenger got up, started shooting at the people sitting, minding their own business, but he just started shooting that way. So they all decided to shoot back. He got hit. And then after everybody dispersed, the cops are there and everything. The driver decides to get out the car, look at the big dent in the back of his car, grabs the helmet and just finished him. Boom. And then the cop literally, one grabs the arm, one's grabbed the leg, and it's 1, 2, bang. In the back of the pickup truck, he's gone. Like, that's it. I decided to go down after that. I went to go buy a Corona because after seeing that, like, let me just take a sip real quick, you know?
like-
And everybody's just talking about regular stuff, though. Like, nothing
Yeah, like
happened.
nothing
I
happened.
asked the dude, I was like, am I imagining
Yeah,
this?
because it's kind of like what I was saying earlier. Like, us being, being from third world countries and stuff, it's like, not to say it's regular, but it's like,
It's regular.
this is what it is.
It's normal.
Like the justice system isn't, as strong as, in the
the
US
people
and stuff
is the
like
justice out there.
that, to be honest.
Like vigilantes.
Because, the cops, they don't carry guns. It's just batons. Like, the only cops that have guns is high-ranking cops. And the cop got to buy their own guns. That's another thing. Like, the government out here hands you a service weapon. Out there, you got to buy your own service weapon.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough to think about because, if that happened here, people would be freaked out. People would be talking about it for weeks.
Yeah.
Here, it's like, damn,
2 seconds.
you died. Oh, that's crazy. Next day, like going about my day. Like it's a cold reality to what it is.
If we have any horse enthusiast, Colombia is the place for horses, though.
Why is
Yeah.
Best
That's
quality
the
of
best.
horses.
that? Oh, okay.
Because there's a type of horse called El Paso Fino, which they're just, it takes like 1,000 steps to get from here to here. But very,
Really?
yeah, but very like this, literally like this. Like it's very like sophisticated. So if anybody's into horses, they know what I'm talking about. Paso Fino, those are it. Those Colombia, like those are it. Like I love horses. You see what I mean? So it was an experience.
I thought you could say it's probably because they ride the horses more than cars or something.
It's just that breed. Like as soon as it comes out the wound, like it could stay in one spot, just literally. A lot of the Mexicans use them at the events when they have concerts and stuff like that, like the mariachis and stuff like that. They'll bring one of those horses up and they'll just. So the quinceañeras, yeah.
Yeah, I could imagine because it's like now prom. It's like when I went to prom, it was just a limousine. Now it's like prom. It's like you got all these kids with foreign rentals. You got kids going to prom in a Lambo, and it's like some of them got their junior licenses, so it's like they're not too sturdy behind the wheel. I mean, some of them are, but some of them aren't the sturdiest. They end up crashing the car. Some of them don't even have licenses, and they're trying to drive these cars to the school or whatever, wherever the prom is at. And it's like you said, over there they got the horses.
Yeah.
They got the horses.
And for every one car, there's 33 motorcycles.
Oh yeah, it's motorcycle.
You call a taxi, it's got a motorcycle pulling up with a helmet.
Yep.
Wow.
So yeah, if anything, that's we will go to a supermarket and I will have 3 bags, a whole backpack.
Bro, there will be people that carry a whole house on these motorcycles, a mattress with furniture on top of their heads. Like, they get it done.
It's an experience definitely that you guys, I feel like the world should go and see it. The oxygen is richer. You can breathe like you never breathed before.
Yeah, it's a beautiful environment.
And the fruits and vegetables, the food is very fresh.
The freshest fruit.
It's so fresh that I couldn't even eat the meat because it just tasted like the dirt that it was killed that day.
Yeah, it's like what meat is actually supposed to taste like because it's fresh.
Yeah, not preserved.
But if you're used to like American meat, you're like, this is how chicken tastes?
Yes. And they don't use seasoning. That's another thing, bro.
Yeah.
They
kind of lost me on that one.
That was the first Spanish country that was flavorless.
No adobo? No adobo at all.
No.
You want, bro.
I don't think they even use salt, maybe.
It's to the point.
But that was the area we were in.
Their seasoning is condiments. They put mayonnaise, ketchup, barbecue sauce, ranch.
Yeah, they love mayonnaise.
Tartar sauce. They put tartar sauce on everything. But that's the seasoning. Like, they load the rice with condiments. Like, I don't want ketchup on my rice.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie though. I gotta think about it. It might be some combinations we don't know about. Was there a lot of pork over there? I know a lot of Spanish countries, they like to eat pork.
Yes, they do. They do eat a lot of pork. A lot of pork. A lot of beef. That's what really. Yeah. Beef is what's really, like, a sandwich out here. Like, let's say McDonald's, $1. You go to McDonald's over there, their $1 sandwich is $5. That's another thing that was crazy.
What do you mean by that?
Like one Big Mac meal, 20 beans.
Like US?
US dollars. Oh, like so only the rich eat McDonald's.
Yeah.
Oh, the price is inflated over here that you're saying.
It's super crazy.
Oh no, that's crazy.
And it tastes different. Like, it's not the same flavors.
Yeah.
Because we lived off of McDonald's, Burger King,
like the chicken
Domino's.
Taste the same,
just since it was like tasteless. I'm very, like, I might be a little bit chunky or whatever, but I'm picky with my food, you know?
Oh yeah, I'm the same way.
So if that chicken tastes like it's still clucking, I am not eating it. But yeah. And then, long story short, we opened the pool house. We got 3 pool tables, a billard. And that's another thing, guys. If we got any investors, go check out that market out there in Colombia because it's a $4,000 investment and it brings $4,000 back every quarter. So it pays itself 4 times in a year.
Yes.
Okay, so from there, I mean, we're kind of at the present day. So you came back to the U.S. and then, like you mentioned earlier, you got into the minority certification grants and stuff like that. So what's the future looking like for the Amadeus Group?
We partnered up with the largest trucking CPA firm in the U.S. right now, called the Patriot Group. HQ, correct. They're based out of the Rockefeller Plaza in Manhattan.
They also have an office in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, and West Palm Beach, Florida.
Correct. So my goal is to help as much minorities as I can to get certified and help their business grow and flourish. And last but not least, we also partnered up with a great financial company out of Beverly Hills, California. So if anybody got any projects that is commercial properties and stuff like that, that's $5 million and up, reach out to us. Check us out at the Amadeus Group or give us a call, 812-870-2631 or 812-562-0225. We will gladly help you guys with any questions, if you guys need an advice or if you guys need funding, if you guys have an idea, we could bring your vision to fruition.
Definitely. And the Patriot Group, they will do a free consultation. So don't think you're going to be charged. Like,
Correct.
If you want consulting on the minority, woman, veteran certification for your business,
accounting, bookkeeping, payroll, mortgages,
Roth IRAs,
financing,
trust funds, everything.
I just do it all, huh?
We do it.
Yeah.
Everything.
All right. So, it's definitely a pleasure to have my family up here because this, I brag about you all the time. That's the crazy part. Like, but
Me too, about you too.
No, but it's like, the thing is, it's just like, it's kind of weird to do it because it's like, y'all in Indiana. So it's like, I'll talk about y'all and I'm just like, damn. Like for example, with True, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you and True know each other through the internet, but it's like, damn, I wish y'all could just, meet in person one day or something.
Correct.
Or even like, with Crunch or like other people that, well, actually, there's people I have to tap you up with too. But or Ty. Well, Ty's in Dallas, I believe. So that's he's out there. But
at the end of the day, we in family.
Yeah.
We're locking down a very big commercial property out in Indiana, 2 plazas and a school. So once all of that is said and done, like I told you, most likely by Thanksgiving, we'll be flying you out there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So once you go check out our area, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Now it's time for you to come out with the peoples, Yeah. And vice versa. Like, we're going to be here more times in New York. Obviously, New York don't sleep. It's business world. You're a businessman and you don't do business in New York, you got a problem. Mm-hmm. Make sense? So obviously we'll be out here and we'll plan things more. This was like also like boom, bang, boom. You know what I mean?
But we still made it happen though.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. At the end of the day, because we don't stop. Mm-hmm. An entrepreneur don't stop, bro. We were literally about to drive 16 hours.
Yes.
Like if we couldn't catch the flight for whatever reason, drive 16 hours, do the event, and then drive another 16 hours back. But that's no sleep because I got to get back. My kids got school on Monday.
Yeah.
The event they're speaking about, by the way, is Royal Connections. So if you haven't tuned into the Royal Connections episode, check that out. Also to the vlog as well. And if you're in New York City, pull up to the next event. And you'll definitely see us there.
And Prince as well. Thank you. We can't forget Prince. Royal Pips. He's the host.
Yeah, he's the host.
Yeah, of Royal Connection. So once again, Prince, thank you. And Fab, it's a brother.
It's already been my brother for years, man. That's a big bro.
It's all love, brother. So yeah, feel free, guys, to hit me up. The Amadeus Group, the Patriot Group HQ. Once again, the phone number is 812-870-2631.
I feel like I've heard this so many times.
Or 812-562.
Not right now, just like in my life, like him read his phone number off.
Yeah.
0225. Nah, we great. We vibing,
Or even the social medias too. Is anywhere you want people to reach out?
We're growing our business pages.
Yeah,
right
we
now.
are growing the business page.
They're little baby pages, but in about a month or two, we're gonna have a bigger page for you guys to follow. So
correct. We
got
some things cooking.
The audience is what's gonna make the bigger page, so let them know what's going on.
So the Amadeus Group, and then I just gotta keep it a little bit hush hush, a little bit, just because it's connections with the Department of Defense and Department of Justice. Okay. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit classified.
Well, who knows? By the time this episode drops, who knows?
But as soon as
we will.
Everything is done and we are allowed to speak more, we got another episode to do, brother.
Absolutely, after that.
So God is great at the end of the day.
Yes, all glory to
God. And once again, guys, know in the vision and don't believe.
Yes.
Believing is doubt. That's it.
So y'all see what's cooking with the Amadeus Group. I'm Breece. You know what to do. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Show love not just to me, but also to our guests as well. And in regards to Road Connections, like I said, meet us there, don't beat us there, right? I mean, beat us there, don't meet us there. So, check into the next event, and I'll see y'all then.
And yo, Mike Chocolatino, where are you at?
Oh, yeah, Mike definitely wanted to meet you. Mike definitely wanted to meet you. So he's actually mad he couldn't make it today, but
Yeah, but we will link up. We will link up 100%. But yeah, guys, thank you once again.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Fab.
Of course. And just like that, we're out.